Bulgari. Movie news. Yes, you guys, you like movie news, right? We're going to be talking about Bob Iger and the big Disney thing on today's show today on Mirror Domain's Movie News, a live news show for movie fans, guys. And this is sort of like the pre-show. This is just me warming up, and I'm just sitting back, relaxing, getting ready for the show. I haven't put up the graphics just yet. Have I switched over my Chrome, James? Have I done that? There. Good. That's all set. Now, we should be ready to go because we're going to be talking about the Bob Chapek thing. The Bob Iger news story is kind of it's got to be weighed cautiously because a lot of people are going to be very opinionated about it. They're going to say, I know this about the situation and I know that. Guys, remember, we won't know the entire ins and out of every little detail. Like a lot of us will offer speculation today as to why this all happened. But I think for the most part, it's a good thing that happened because Bob Chapek was not... he just didn't seem up to the task. And apparently he made a lot of people upset. Pomo in the live chat says, are you going to go see The Menu and Bones and All? Well, my review for The Menu is up on the channel right now. In fact, I did a spoiler discussion on Saturday for The Menu. That's up on the channel right now, too. And we're going to talk about Bones and All during the show. And we're going to be, be talking about the channel schedule this week. Because Wednesday comes out. Do I have got that prep? Yeah, Wednesday's coming out. So we're going to be talking about the movie news schedule for the week on that one as well. And I will be watching Bones and All, but I think I'll be seeing it on Thursday because I'm seeing Knives Out 2, The Glass Onion, on Wednesday. And Wednesday's going to be busy because we're going to be having Wednesday. Not only are we going to be having Wednesday on Wednesday, we're also going to be having the season finale for Andor. So, what about She Said? Nah, She Said's not that's not my bag. I know it's an important story, but we'll be talking about She Said on today's show as well. I'm just jamming to begin with. Trying to loosen up. I follow the occasional TikTok or Instagram person that plays the guitar, and they'll be playing the guitar, but you can just see like this part of the guitar. You can't see what their hand is doing over here, and they're just sitting there smiling because some of them are female, so they're just like, look at me playing the guitar. Are you really playing the guitar though? You can't really see what you're doing with your fingers. I always try to show at least a little bit as to what I'm doing with my fingers so you guys can understand that, yeah, I sort of know what I'm doing. So that you know that it's me. Yeah, so that's what I try to do. 2 minutes before we go live, guys. I guess I can throw up the old graphic there on the side there now. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Some Indiana Jones 5. We'll be talking about, we got some pictures from Indiana Jones 5, including the villain, Mads Mikkelsen. And Tom Cruise with his helicopter ruining some takes. And Avatar 2 gets a new trailer today, guys. Yeah, and I don't know if I'll be doing a live reaction to it because it'll be on Monday Night Football. And my football team went yesterday with the Bills playing in Detroit. And the Toronto Argonauts won the Grey Cup. guess you won't be following the Soccer World Cup. No, I don't know any of the teams. I guess there's a Canadian team over there, but I don't know anybody. Soccer is not that big over here in North America. Plus, our soccer team sucks compared to the rest of the teams out there, so we'll end up losing. So it's not really worth it for me to get invested. Let's start, guys. Let's get ready to talk about this Bob Iger. Bob Iger! Yeah, let's get ready for this. Okay. Enough of the shenanigans. Let's get ready and start the show. Bob Iger. Movie news. Bob Iger is in. Bob Chapek, you're out. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And this is a live news show for movie fans where we actually do talk about the movie news headlines of the day. And on today's docket, we got some Indiana Jones 5 pictures to look at. Austin Butler talks Dune 2. In fact, we're getting an Avatar 2 trailer today during Monday Night Football. Are you guys excited for that? We'll do some hit or miss headlines, and we'll be definitely talking about the Bob Chapek story over there at Disney, the huge shakeup, and what it all means. But we start off today's show by talking about Deadpool and Deadpool Xmas Christmas movie. Seriously? Okay, let's see what this is all about. Ryan Reynolds says he wrote a full Deadpool Christmas movie that hasn't been made. Now, guys, we love Deadpool here on this channel. We like Ryan Reynolds. So, what the heck's going on here? We know that Deadpool is coming again with Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman. And possibly Channing Tatum as Gambit. Now, that would be cool to see. Reynolds stars in Apple TV Plus's new holiday-themed Spirited and has been working on the Deadpool 3 movie. And I guess a while back, he had wrote a Christmas movie with Deadpool. He says, I would love to see a song and dance number in a Deadpool movie, Reynolds said. 4 years ago, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick and I wrote a Christmas movie starring Deadpool, but it got lost in the shuffle of Disney acquiring Fox, so it never got made. Disney acquiring Fox, well, maybe that won't be so much of an issue anymore, Ryan. The star continued, maybe one day we'll get to make that movie. It's not a musical, but it's a full Deadpool Christmas movie. So one day, not a musical, but a full Deadpool Christmas movie, you could see something like that happen. And he cited the reasons that, because of the Disney-Fox merger that happened, kind of put things of the rights issues up in the air. And it just so happens that leads us into our bigger story of Disney. Over the weekend, yesterday, it came down that Bob Chapek they say that he resigned, but he was pretty much fired. And I know a lot of people will take joy and pleasure in that, myself a little bit, but Bob Iger has been reinstated as the CEO over there at Disney. And let's just try to get into this story. This is going to be a rather lengthy story, so I apologize for the length here, but we're going to try to get through it as measured as we can. Disney stock jumps as Wall Street cheers return of Bob Iger. Magic predicts strategic redirection. Yeah, Bob Iger, he was running things before things happened. He was responsible for that Disney 20th Century Fox merger. So, he was responsible for getting the X-Men back and stuff like that. And hey, maybe now that this is happening, we can get that Deadpool Christmas movie. This broke yesterday, and I was just reading a lot about it this morning. So, as I said in the little preamble of the show today, guys, a lot of people today are going to be publishing, it's because of this reason, because of that reason. And we'll get into a little bit of perhaps of the speculation behind that. But the bottom line is it was money, guys. People weren't liking the direction of the company. The stock was going down. So in a nutshell, it was due to cash. And we know that things were strained between the handoff between Iger and Chapek. Chapek was much more of the I guess, the accounting side of things. He was more the numbers guy. He didn't really care about too much about the creative side of things. And there are things that will substantiate that as we get through this story. But the Hollywood Reporter has a couple of the big stories out there today talking about this, saying Disney shares were up 99.3% this morning, as back to 100. They had fallen to 86.28, and that's really the backbone of what's going on here. There's that, yeah. The rest of the board were not happy with the way things were going, and I guess Chapek was offered an out. You know, the analyst also shared his take on Chapek's leadership. We have not recommended the shares since May 2020. So they weren't recommending the company's stock under Chapek's leadership. That's not good either. And Chapek had become wedded to a streaming strategy that did not make sense given today's reality. With limited experience on the media side of Disney, Chapek had done an expert job in managing Disney's parks through the challenges created by the pandemic. But he appeared anchored to the streaming strategy laid out in December 2020, which had created, we felt, unrealistically high subscriber targets without a grasp of the underlying return on investment. Yeah. So it's about like subscribers and trying to move things to like the streaming platform and stuff like that, which we've seen kind of mirrored with David Zaslav over at Warner Bros. Too. And he's like, no, we don't want to go in that streaming direction because it dilutes the quality of films. And I think we're starting to see the repercussions of that a little bit, right? That a lot of the movies that are coming out maybe could have just gone straight to the streaming service instead of out in the theater. And having that mindset of trying to promote the streaming service without having the theatrical experiences definitely will cost you bank. And it has, for sure. So I totally understand where the board would be like, yeah, I don't know if we really want to do this. And then when you hear stories of Chapek cutting people off at the hands with certain things, with their certain properties, saying that we're going to hand things over to an accounting guy to direct, the creative side of things, it's like, what? Why the hell would you do that? So Chapek had become wedded to a streaming strategy. I think that's mostly why, and that's why the stock started to go down. And it was mostly because of the stock, guys. They couldn't sustain that downward trajectory, hoping that one day it'll go back up when people start streaming again, right? Or start wanting this streaming them more than the movies, because that's the way it sort of is right now. And we'll talk about that when it comes to Avatar. I'd rather go see Avatar 2. I'd rather stream Avatar 2 than go see it in the theater. But we'll talk about that in a few moments. We would hope and expect that Mr. Iger examines the investment plans at Disney and refocuses their investment on areas of franchise strength and away from broader general entertainment content. So that's a little bit loose there. So he wants to take it back to the franchises, which is exactly what Zaslav did with bringing it back to Superman and Batman, right? So people will say, well, is this going to impact the Star Wars universe then? I hope it does. I hope he just greenlights something and we can actually develop something. Like, you can put a writing, you don't have to isolate yourself to one Star Wars writer and one Star Wars director to make something happen. You can bring a team of people in to do all that stuff. I don't know why you haven't. Instead of just kind of floundering around like this, well, maybe Rogue Squadron will happen. Maybe this movie with Taika Waititi will happen. Maybe this movie with Kevin Feige will happen. It's just kind of like, oh my God, what the heck is going on over there? So hopefully he'll marshal that back in, because he had good relationships with Kathleen Kennedy. So franchise strength, right? So hopefully we'll bring in more, like Feige will have more control again, even though I know that he said that he was going to step away from it, but we'll see. In other words, Disney Plus and Disney shareholders could probably do better with fewer end-state subscribers made up by super fans willing to pay high revenue per user, which would generate much higher margins. So this one's kind of hard to read. And it's kind of hard to understand. I had to take this one in a couple times here. Could probably do better with fewer end state subscribers. So they're thinking that, they don't really need too many subscribers. What the heck does that mean, right? Made up by super fans, just the diehards that would pay any amount of money for Disney Plus. So they think they could do with less of those, which would generate a much higher, which, yeah, I guess would generate more revenue if you could get more people to buy onto that stuff. But they would rather have the casual fans, not just the super fans willing to pay that super price, right? Yeah. So there are going to be a bunch of articles about this today, guys. It's going to be it's going to be maybe a couple of days for us to sift through all of this stuff. Because as I said, we won't know the exact answers, but pretty much it boils down to money. That's what you need to know. And stock prices. And there'll be a bit of a change in the shakeup as to, with the creatives behind the scenes and stuff like that, with the command structure again. Because, people weren't happy with that. Chapek did have a lot of blunders with his leadership style. Early missteps included a messy public conflict with Scarlett Johansson over compensation. That Black Widow story didn't do Chapek any favors. And a public refusal to denounce Florida's Don't Say Gay law that was quickly reversed. After a staff outcry. Yeah. And then you hear things like Chapek wouldn't go to movie premieres and stuff like that. And he just was much more of a numbers guy. And he didn't really care too much about what the development of product. Iger was much more into that field and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more of that back. Arglass Viking says, you're right, James. Star Wars should be run like Marvel. Different writers, directors all pitching in. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Instead of having this weird kind of, well, maybe we'll do a movie over there with this director and maybe this movie over there. They won't really be connected, or they don't have to be connected. It's like, guys, just like the way that James Gunn and Peter Safran have sat down and wrote kind of like the Bible for the next 10-year plan. You need like a 10-year plan for Star Wars movies instead of this all over the place BS that's been going on. But as I said, a lot of people out there will have their speculations as to why or what the heck's going on in the background. Some people will be gloating today going, yes, I can't believe it. This is like a dream come true. Chapek's out because he was a moron, and you'll hear that kind of stuff. And you'll also hear things like, oh, but this just happened before his Thanksgiving. How could he do such a thing to Bob Chapek? And it's kind of like, guys, don't worry about it, man. Chapek, stop being sorry for millionaires, and especially ones like Chapek, who's going to get a huge payout because of this. He's going to land on his feet. He's going to land like on a golden toilet, right? So don't worry about Chapek. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. He can retire. He doesn't have to work another day in his life if he doesn't want to. If he can just be happy living just a normal life instead of having this big, rich, stupid. Anyway, I took to the Reddit this morning to see what's like the perceptions out there, because we know that social media is perhaps not the best place to go, but I just wanted to take a look at what some of the top comments would be on this story. Didn't Chapek just extend his contract not that long ago? Wonder how they got around that. Well, yeah, I heard that too, that he just extended his contract. Well, they just bought him out. As I said, there's going to be like that golden parachute, right, for him to land in. So don't worry about Chapek in this regard. And then, so people are like, this just broke yesterday, and it's already got 27K people thumbs upping it with 2.8 comments. So it's going to be the big story, the big movie news story of the day. And people are going to be having lots of opinions, wanting to weigh in on this stuff. So, speculation as to what's going to be coming down the road. And for me, I would just say, hold on here, guys. Just let it breathe for a moment. Let's see what's going to happen, because there is going to have to be a transition. And looking at things like Reddit here, you get the impression that, yeah, a lot of people are, I think, mostly happy about it, though, right? Wow, pretty big news. This must uh, really not be going well if they're canning Chapek this soon into his tenure. Well, yeah, and it's just all about business, right? And some people saying, well, will try to weave in that was personal. Uh, no, it's business, you know. We don't like the way that things were being handled, and you can either take the ball out of his hands, or you can try to use your financial situation to coerce him to go in your direction. But it's easier. It was much easier just to take the ball out of his hands, right? And I think that's what you needed to do. Chapek, somehow, I like that. Somehow, Bob Iger has returned. Yeah, that's just a Star Wars reference. I've seen a lot of that. Like, yeah, there's some pretty fun quips out there about that. Somehow. And then people out here saying that he sent an email to his employees. No, I don't. Yeah, there'll be people out there trying to blow smoke up your butt with that kind of BS. I don't know if, yeah, I wouldn't put much credence in that kind of stuff. So as you can see, for something that has over 2,000 comments, and at least on the Reddit pages, there's going to be a lot to sift through, right? But as I said, the bottom line here for us today, we'll just go with the backbone knowledge that it's all about money. It's the stock, and that's what's driving this. And there's going to be some changes there creatively behind the scenes. And as more develops, we'll talk about it more, because I'm sure that this story is not going to be one that's going to go away for a little bit, because there's going to be ramifications and fallout coming down the pipe. Now, I don't think it's going to change anything on the current slate. Like, he's not going to come in like Zaslav and say, oh, this is canceled. This is canceled, or we're not doing that anymore. I don't expect a fallout like that yet. But things may get changed in regards to, perhaps, like as they said, with the streaming approach. I'm expecting some changes in that. Whew, okay, guys. That was a big story. I know that I probably glossed over a little bit, but yeah, that's the big thing that everybody's going to be talking about today for sure. All right, guys, it's Monday, so it's time to talk about the weekend's box office report. Let's get to it. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, where the sequel office drop ranks in the MCU. Yes, Black Panther was back at the number 1 spot. And let's go over to the Box Office Mojo and take a look at the top 5 for the weekend of November 18th to the 20th, 2022. Number 1 was Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Number 2 was The Menu. Number 3 was The Chosen Season 3, Episode 1 and 2. I don't know what that is. Number 4 was Black Adam. And number 5 was Ticket to Paradise. Cool, man. Ticket to Paradise is still hanging in there. And people didn't think that one would do so well. And She Said debuted at number 6 with 2.2 million. That's not good. That's not good. But Black Panther, let's go back up to the number 1 spot. 67 million, a 62% drop. Some people will try to spin that as a bad drop. I don't think so. That's, they would have preferred a 40 to 50% drop. But I think maybe the length had a little bit of, like, the runtime of that movie had a little bit to do with it. But guys, I don't think it has too much to worry about. Let's pull up the numbers here. Domestically, it had 287.9, worldwide 258, for a worldwide total of 546.2. Guys, it's unsafe. It's cleared. It's made money. It's going to make money. Now, will it make $1 billion? 60% drop off means that it's going to be a little bit measured, and it's got a bit of a battle coming up this week to perhaps retain the first spot. Because remember, things will drop about, I don't think it'll be 50% this next week for it. I think it'll drop another 6. I think maybe this week it will drop 40%, because you got 4 big movies coming out this week. And, well, no, they're not really big, but you got 4 new releases coming out this week. But I don't think any of them will crack the, like, Black Panthers would have to, like, that'll be around 30 million next week. I don't know if the next slate of films have the firepower to deal with that, to go up against that. But we'll take a look at that in a few moments. overall, guys, Black Panther, I think had a good, it's going to have a good run. Like, it's going to stay up there until probably Avatar comes out. And that's like 3 weeks away, right? 4 weeks away, right? Black Panther also released their official Shuri poster over the weekend, announcing her as the next Black Panther. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, guys. Hey, lots of people already have. Number one spot for Black Panther, 62.9% drop off. It had a huge opening weekend. For sure it did. And I think they should be happy with that. Number two was The Menu. The Menu. Yes. The Menu opened up in the number 2 spot with 9 million domestically, 6.2 internationally for 15.2 worldwide, which is, I think, a little bit lower than I thought it would be. But it's still, hey, it was good enough for the second spot. 15.2 is nothing to, not too shabby. Now, from what I understood, I think the budget for The Menu was around 35 million. Anyway, guys, my review for The Menu is up on the channel right now, and I recommend that you go check that out. I had a lot of fun with the Menu. Out of the top 5 right now, I would probably say that The Menu is the best movie in the top 5 right now. Then Black Panther. Ooh. Did I have more fun with Black Panther or Black Adam? I think I had more fun with Black Adam. I don't know. That's a flip-flop between Black Panther and Black Adam. But I also had fun with Ticket to Paradise. I did. That's that George Clooney, Julia Roberts movie. And just a quick, fun little article here about The Menu. John Leguizamo was in it, playing like a movie star character. And he said that the character is based on Steven Seagal. John Leguizamo says his character was inspired by horrible. What's horrible about Seagal? Other than him being overweight and trying to be like a martial artist, which is laughable. But anyway, yeah. Okay, now that I'm trying to think back on his performance in that, was he trying to hone into his inner Steven Seagal? Because Seagal also has that kind of moniker of being kind of like a blowhard, right? Someone who's very full of himself. I can see that now. That Leguizamo is going for that, but I don't know about calling him a horrible human being. I know that he's got weird views and stuff like that, but I don't think he's come out and done anything overtly, unless there's something that I don't know about Seagal. But yeah, I've met lots of these stars that maybe before they were washed up. I mean, now they're washed up. I kind of based mine on Steven Seagal. I had a bad run-in with him. We did a movie together. It was Executive Decision. He was kind of a horrible human. Oh, really? Yeah, I remember Executive Decision. That was that plane movie with Kurt Russell, right? And, oh, right. That's right. Seagal was supposed to have a much bigger role in that movie. But he even rubbed the people who made that movie the wrong way. And Leguizamo was just like, he was one of the Marines that got on there, right? One of the military people that got on. And Seagal was supposed to lead them on there, but apparently he had such a bad relationship with the crew that they killed him off halfway, like even before they got onto the plane. And that played out in the movie. I remember that now. Okay. Huh. Yeah. But that's back when Seagal was kind of like blowing up and people wanted him in this and that. I'll be honest with you. He wasn't the greatest actor, but he handled some of the action okay. So that's what he based it on. The Menu. Sorry, it's a bit of a digression from the box office, guys. Bit of a digression. What's this, The Chosen? What is this Chosen? I don't know what the heck that is. Double bill, including Homecoming. Oh, so it's from a TV show, The Chosen. Is that kind of like one of those religious things? It could be. We need to talk about She Said, because She Said was the other big movie that came out this week that nobody really went out to see, and it's going to be a box office bomb. Not too bad. Anyway, New York Times reporters Megan Towie and Jodi Kantor break one of the most important stories in a generation, a story that helped ignite a movement and scatter decades of silence around the subject of sexual assault in Hollywood. Yeah, it's the Weinstein story, right? The Harvey Weinstein story. And guys, I think that this one was too fresh. It's too fresh. It's still happening. The trial's going on right now. It just started, right? And I know it's an important story to tell, she said. And I like Carey Mulligan. This is a kind of movie that doesn't need to be in the theaters. This is a movie that should go straight to streaming. And I know streaming movies, as we were talking about, have that negative connotation. Well, if it's straight for streaming, then it's straight for TV. And when something's made for TV, people don't put as much effort into it. Variety has an article up saying, she said bombs. Why aren't award season movies resonating with audience? Well, because you're tailoring them to be award season movies. It's like Babylon. And it's good director, great cast. That has to be an awards season movie. It's like, why? Why? Why would this just... People are trying to make sense of this kind of thing. It's kind of like the same thing happened to Amsterdam a little bit, right? Why aren't people going to see Amsterdam? It's got a renowned director who's kind of made a fool of himself, but it's got a good cast. Why aren't people going to see these movies? And it's kind of like, does it demand seeing it on the big screen, right? She said isn't a theater-going experience for many, kind of heavy for the holiday season. Yeah, too. It's in the States, it's Thanksgiving season right now, and it's also coming up to Christmas. Do you want to go and watch a movie about an awful, awful man who should get his comeuppance? And he will. He did, right? And hope he gets a lot more coming to him. The Harvey, I don't even like to say his name. It's just a grotesque situation. And as I said, I know that it's an important story, she said. I know it is. It's just, you want to know why people aren't going to it? That's why, she said. We'll have to see. I could have gone into a ramble there about TV, made for TV stuff and everything like that, but I won't. Let's just move on to Bones and All also opened up in limited release, only in 5 theaters. But that opens up this week, guys. Bones and All. That's that movie with Timothée Chalamet and Taylor. What the heck is her name? Taylor Russell, right? 120,000 domestically. It's kind of like from the trailers for it, it looked like it had to do with cannibalism, and Mark Rylance is like this cult leader or something that starts to hunt them down while they're out just trying to live their lives, kind of things like that. Bones and All. I'll be seeing it on Thursday because this is the Thanksgiving week in the States, guys. Bones and All comes out on Wednesday, and so does Devotion. And Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery. Knives Out 2 also comes out on Wednesday. And Strange World, it comes out on Wednesday. So I'll be seeing Glass Onion on Wednesday afternoon. And I'll be seeing Bones and All on Thursday. So I'm sorry, I should see both of them in the same day. It's just, guys, I'm not made of money here, but I'll get out to see these movies all. And don't worry about that. For sure, because Bones and All, I hear good things about it, and that will have the impact next week for the box office numbers. Those 4, we'll have to see. There'll be a shake-up there. I think Black Adam will drop out. Ticket to Paradise will drop out. The Chosen will drop out. I think possibly next week the numbers will go. Black Panther will be. I think the only one that'll give it the run for its money may be Strange World because it's a kids movie. So I'm thinking Black Panther is number 1, Strange World's number 2. I'm hoping that Glass Onion is only going to be in theaters for a week. It may crack the top 5, guys. So I'm hoping that one will be number 3. Then I think Bones and All will be number 4. Then hopefully The Menu retains number 5. Devotion, that's that Jonathan Majors movie with that guy from Top Gun, right? It's kind of like a flight movie. What's his name again? Whoops. Glenn Powell, right? Glenn Powell. Yeah. I didn't mind the trailers for it, but it's just kind of like, it's going to get lost. Devotion is going to get lost in the sea of things coming out that week. But that's pretty much the way that the numbers have gone this weekend. Guys, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Johnny Morero says in the live chat, glad Bob Iger is back. Hope he can stop the layoffs at Marvel Studios and save Marvel's What If Season 3 and Spider-Man's sophomore year. Yeah, that's the thing, too. There's going to be a shakeup in the control of some of the properties and stuff. So people are looking at the Bob Iger headline, as we said, hoping that, hopefully this will be saved. I'm hoping that somehow Patty Jenkins will be allowed to make her Rogue Squadron movie. Like when they pitched that, like Top Gun in a Star Wars movie, yes, I want to see that. Why isn't it? What happened there? I want to know. And if you were a fan of like the streaming stuff, like What If and stuff like that, yeah, your concerns are totally just, and you want to know what's going to happen. But this is a story that's going to take a couple of days, if not weeks, to kind of unfold, to see where all the chips are going to land, right? For sure. All right, guys, it's Monday night. It's Monday. And Monday Night Football is tonight. And I don't even know what team is playing tonight, to tell you the truth. I'm sorry. When you're a fan of one team, you just kind of follow that. It's San Francisco at Arizona Cardinals. 5-4 team against 4-6. Well, you think that it's Garoppolo playing for 49ers, right? The Cardinals have that. They might be able to upset that one. It's not been much of an upset. It's been kind of a weird weekend in the weekend of the NFL with weird scores, low scores. But anyway, let's get back into this Avatar 2 headline. Because why am I talking about that in football? Because later on tonight, guys, Avatar 2 is going to release the final trailer. And hopefully they tell us what the damn story's about. Yeah, instead of just trying to win us over with the glossy visuals. Enough with that, Cameron. Tell us what the movie's about. So people are running with this story today. Could Avatar, The Way of Water, really be a box office disappointment? No, I don't think it will be, because a lot of people like that. The glossy trailer that really didn't show too much of the story, people still watched that. It still had millions and millions of views on YouTube. So people are still intrigued by Pandora, and it's going to do well, I think, in December. But will it do as well as they want it to? Like, I'm not too sure what their projections, like what their standards are going to be. Guys, I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked if Avatar: The Way of Water doesn't make $1 billion. I won't be shocked. In fact, if it capped out around 700 to 900 million, that's probably the wheelhouse that I think it would be landing. Because it's a 3-hour film, theaters can't show it as long as can't show as many viewings. It's also going to be right before the Christmas season, so people will be seeing that. But then a bunch of other movies come out at Christmas that people will also be wanting to go out to see, with not being hindered by the runtime, right? We'll have to see, because I mean, the first Avatar came out at Christmas and it made over $1 billion, so it's possible, but I wouldn't be shocked. And if I were to ask myself, does the studio think that it has to make $1 billion to be successful? Well, they shot 2 and 3 back to back, so the third one's already in the can. We're getting the third one no matter what. It's the decision if they're going to make the fourth one or not, which I hear they're starting to shoot. So it's kind of like they trust Cameron, and we should trust Cameron until he actually proves that he can't do a sequel well, or like people that just don't care about Avatar. Because we've seen that quote from Cameron saying that it's all in the marketing, right? Remember that quote? Okay, let's see. The marketing could tell us if we're done in 3 months, or we might be semi-done. Meaning, okay, let's try to complete the story within movie 3 and not go on endlessly, right? If it's not profitable. But it's where would their profit line be? I would probably say around the billion. And that's why I was kind of like, I'm not sure if Avatar 2 can make that mark. But we'll have to see. Guys, later on today, I guess I will do my... it won't be a live reaction for the football. I'm not going to sit here and wait for the halftime show for that. But I will... I'll be online around 9:50, 10 p.m. tonight to post my Avatar 2 trailer reaction. And it hopefully won't get blocked like the last one by some stupid company in India. Ugh. Yeah. And if it does, that's why I don't put much effort into trailer reaction thumbnails anymore. I really don't. But I'll be looking forward to it, and hopefully it'll show us some more about the story tonight. Avatar 2 trailer, guys, today, just dropping today, and we'll have to see how that goes. Dune 2 is coming out next year, and that's one I'm really excited for. And Austin Butler is going to be playing the villain in that movie, Fade Rautha. And Dune 2 star Austin Butler, who just played Elvis this year, details his exciting and surreal experience joining the sci-fi sequel. He goes on to say that he's done a lot of knife training for this, which is cool in my book, because you know that him and Paul Atreides have a showdown with knives in it, right? Played by Timothée Chalamet. To see him fight like that, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know what movie this is from. Interesting jacket, though. I dig the leather. Anyway, let's see what he said about working with Denis Villeneuve. I guess he was on the red carpet for something recently. I think he was at the, what do they call that? The governor's meeting or something like that? Or governor's awards or something. Variety had a quote from him. And he said, well, I just loved the first film so much. It was just a cinematic masterpiece. Indeed it was. Dune Part 1 was visually stunning. So the idea of getting to be a part of the world is just incredibly exciting. And Denis is one of my favorite filmmakers and just an amazing human being. He's so kind, and I'm a fan of every one of those actors in the film. So I felt really honored. It's surreal. You know, you feel sort of like a kid, and like in your favorite film, it's like walking on the set of any film that you admire as a kid, like walking on to Indiana Jones or something like that. Movies that really impact you as a kid, that's how I felt on the Dune Part 2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Fade. He's one of the Harkonnens, guys. So he'll be with Stellan Skarsgård's Baron Harkonnen, which I can't wait to see those interactions. That'll be crazy to see. I'm excited for Dune Part 2 for sure. And this guy's stock as an actor is going way up. He'll be in high demand because he did a great job as Elvis. He was awesome. And Elvis is definitely still going to be, it'll be in the top 10 movies of the year for sure for me. Intensive knife fight training for the role. Yes, there you go. I can't wait for that. Dune Part 2. And then he also had nice things to say about Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. So that'll be cool. Dune Part 2, guys, next year. And yeah, Florence Pugh is also going to be in that. November 3rd, 2023. I still don't know if they're going to make that mark. I wouldn't be shocked if it gets pushed, but here's to hoping that Dune Part 2 comes out November 3rd, 2023, guys. That'll be one of my most anticipated movies of that year for sure. Also coming out is Indiana Jones 5, which will be one of my most anticipated films because of Harrison Ford's return. Indiana Jones 5 opening scene will put a de-aged Harrison Ford back in his original Raiders of the Lost Ark jacket. Cool. So people were speculating, are they going to do a de-aged Indiana Jones at some point? Well, it looks like the answer is yes. And I don't really consider that a spoiler because, well, I guess maybe it is with opening scene, but it's not one that's going to ruin the movie for you, right? It's not going to be like, oh, now I'm spoiled. No, not really. We kind of knew that, this would be his last film, and we've seen some official images. We've seen set photos of him on set with Toby Jones and stuff like that, and kind of like the unfocused ones of him walking along a street and stuff like that. But we got some official ones from Empire Magazine, because he's going to be in Empire Magazine. Indiana Jones 5 that came out over the weekend. And yeah, it shows us our villain. It's going to be Mads Mikkelsen. And it's confirmed that he's going to be taking on the Nazis again. Mads Mikkelsen, always a top talent. And he's playing the villain in this one. Cool. And of course, we got one of himself there on a boat of some kind. Yeah, let me see if I can zoom in that one a little bit better. Now, at first glance, yeah, he sorry, Harrison, but you are looking your age, for sure. I don't know how much of stunt work's going to be in this. I don't mean it as a mean thing, but this one definitely has to be his last outing. Because if they did, they would have to do more of this stuff, the de-aging stuff. My only concern is that we still haven't quite mastered the de-aging stuff. Now, I know that a lot of people like, including myself, I liked the de-aged Mark Hamill in Book of Boba Fett. It was better. It was refined. So they're refining it. But like looking at his face here, like there's just things that the computers can't replicate. And I know it has to do with pores and the way that the light goes in and stuff, but like there's grit, there's dirt on his face, right? The follicles in his mustache, there's tones in there, there's color tones that our eyes pick up that the computer just hasn't been able to replicate. The physicality of it, the computer hasn't been able to match. So that's my only concern, right? And once you see like the computer generated stuff, it kind of takes you out of it. But as long as it doesn't, it's not going to have a huge impact to the story. It's just going to be kind of like a scene to establish that we're back in that universe, right? And that's what I'm hoping for. So that's kind of cool. Okay, where are we at? Our Glass Viking says, I hope Austin's portrayal is more earnest than Sting's. You didn't like Sting in the 1980s version? He was just meant to more or less be there and look like Sting. All right, guys, we're going to take a break here and we're going to talk about what's going on with the channel right now. If you want to follow me on all the other social medias and stuff like that, guys, sometimes I post some behind the scenes stuff of me going into the theater and stuff. But what else can you find here on the channel? We do full live watch-alongs for things like Star Wars Andor. On this Wednesday, guys, is the season finale for Star Wars Andor, and we'll probably be watching it in the morning. On the weekend, we do the Horror Weekly Roundup, where we talk about all the big horror movie news headlines that dropped during the week. And yes, there is a new Alien movie coming on the way. That's kind of cool. And of course, you know that we do movie news here during the week. Okay, guys. You know that there's 4 big movies coming out this week. I am going to be slated to see Knives Out, Glass Onion sequel on Wednesday afternoon. So, between that and the Andor finale, we're going to have to negotiate here with Wednesday on Netflix. Wednesday, the Tim Burton Wednesday Addams series. We're going to have to negotiate with that because I'm seeing it 3:30, so I won't be back till about, or maybe I'll see it at 6:45. Maybe I'll go see it in the after dinner on Wednesday. Yeah, I think maybe that'll be better for me because then we can focus in a little bit more on, because I want to try to do at least 4. Wednesday is dropping all. What is it? 9 episodes? Is it 9 episodes for Wednesday? Let me just pull up the wiki page here for it because I got it handy. Wednesday, I think, is going to be 8 episodes. Okay, so I want to try to do 4. I want to do all the Tim Burton episodes on Wednesday. This Wednesday, for Wednesday. I didn't realize that. I thought Tim Burton was directing all of it, but I guess he's just doing the first 4. And then on Thursday, we'll do the final 4 for Wednesday. And we'll do full live watch-alongs here on the channel for Wednesday, guys. Don't worry about that. I hear each episode is like around 45 minutes. and we're gonna start that early in the morning, so that hopefully we'll do the Andor. We'll do the Andor as kind of like a break in between the Wednesday. So we'll do episodes 1 and 2 in the morning on Wednesday. I'll have my lunch, and then we'll come back and do the finale for Andor, and then we'll do the final 2 episodes of Wednesday, and then I'll go out and see Glass Onion. Oh, it's going to be a busy couple of days. Hey, but we did it for Stranger Things. This is why I kind of hope that they would have released it on a weekly schedule. But we're going to get Wednesday in one big batch. And I hope you guys can join us if you have Netflix. And we'll be watching it on Netflix Wednesday because it's got Jenna Ortega, and you hear good things about it. You hear good things about her performance, and I got everything ready to go for that. So this Wednesday, I'll post something in the community tab on the Mirror Domains channel. I'll post the schedule as we get closer here for the Wednesday and Thursday schedule, because if you're a movie fan, if you're an entertainment fan, you got Wednesday, you got Glass Onion, Knives Out 2, and then you got more Wednesday on Thursday, and then you got Bones and All, straight out of the theater reactions and reviews, all on those days. Oh, ooh. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of material, a lot of content for movie fans for the next couple of days out there, guys, for sure. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun week. It truly is. And then maybe next week on Cheap Tuesday, I'll go see Devotion and sneak into maybe Stranger Things or something along the way. Or Strange Things, or Strange World, or whatever it's called, right? Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a little bit daunting, but we'll get there. Our Glass Viking says some of the fan-made deepfakes are amazing, and they hired a few big movies for big movies, so one can only hope Harrison will look on point. Yeah, well, yeah, they brought in that guy who did the fan edit of the Mark Hamill that for Mandalorian season 2 finale, right? They brought in that guy who fixed that up to do the one for Boba Fett. So yeah, they can definitely they can make it's a process that's slowly refining. It's getting better with each iteration that they're doing. Our Glass Viking says, after Stranger Things marathon, you said never again, but you have to be crazy as ever. Yeah, and I definitely am. But I'm looking forward to it. And we've been taking a break now. So it's time to start ramping things back up again. So this week will be crazy and hectic for sure, but hey, something I'm going to be doing anyway. Might as well turn on the camera and let you guys come in and join me for that. Let's get back into the movie news headlines with Tom Cruise and a helicopter ruining scenes from a movie. What the heck's going on here? We like Tom Cruise here on this channel. Tom Cruise flying his helicopter keeps ruining Call of the Midwife scenes. So I guess this was in Italy, right? He's been filming Mission Impossible 8. Yeah, he's a pilot, so he flies his own helicopter. And I guess he's ruined several takes and scenes. Imagine filming that. You're making a movie called Call the Midwife. You're like on set, and you just hear that helicopter go by, and you just imagine in the back of your mind, damn it, Tom Cruise, you ruined another take. Oh, and you could just see him in this window there going, sorry. Oh man, that's hilarious. Well, I guess not if you're a producer of the film. What's it called? Call the Midwife. Oh yeah, you'll have to redo the. Well, you know what? That happens all the time. They find these locations like near airports sometimes. They did that for the Huntsman Winter's War. It was right near an airport, and every 5 minutes a plane would go overhead, and they would have to stop filming. Most of it was the dialogue had to be redone in post for ADR. So it's kind of like, oh man. But yeah, imagine Tom Cruise getting under your skin like that. That's hilarious. Call the Midwife is an English series set in post-war Britain, so helicopters not really a thing. Oh, it's a series. Okay, I thought it was a movie. I had fun with the headline. Tom Cruise. But he's the kind of guy that would land his helicopter after and say, sorry guys, sorry. I didn't mean to. Tom Cruise keeps ruining our filming and landing his helicopter right outside where we're shooting. I could go chastise him in my habit. Imagine Excuse me, Tom, but we're looking to try to film. I don't know about you, but just get your helicopter out of here quickly. Yeah, yeah. It happens. Happens, right? Sometimes you got to roll with the punches, though. Um, you can't police the skies. Um, just for the location, sometimes you got to make make changes accordingly. Okay, this is sort of a hit or miss headline, and I guess I should have included it with the hit or miss, but it is involving Taylor Swift, and you know that I'm somewhat of a Swiftie, sort of, really, I suppose. I don't know. I don't own the Midnight's album yet, so I'm not a diehard Swiftie. I'll get it the next week, maybe. Taylor Swift sweeps 2022 American Music Awards, extending record as most awarded artist in AMA history. Cool. Yeah, all these award shows that are going on right now. I guess she was snubbed from the Grammys or something like that too. I don't care about that. She doesn't need all of these awards. Like, I'm sure it does like buttress her ego a little bit, but you know, I think she's humble enough that okay, she goes on and accepts these things, but she doesn't need it. Okay. Cool. This is cool in my book. And she's come out and said things about, that whole Ticketmaster thing that she's not happy about and stuff like that, and it's a bummer. It was a big show last night. Artist of the Year went to Taylor Swift. Yeah, so that's good. She beat out Drake, which won't make him happy because I guess he was trying to diss her right on the rankings charts. He blacked out her name or something like that and posted it on his Instagram. Harry Styles had a big year too, right? The Weeknd released something? I didn't even know about that. Adele, she beat Adele. That's. I thought it would have been between, or maybe Beyonce. I thought actually Beyonce had a big push there, right? New Artist of the Year, Dove Cameron. Mainskin. Wait, is Mainskin? They weren't new though, were they? Collaboration of the Year, Elton John and Dua Lipa. And maybe I think that's because Elton John, this is his retirement tour, right? He's going to call it a career now. Good for Elton John, too. Great career. Favorite touring artist? What? Yeah, so these... it's kind of cool that was Coldplay, but that's just an excuse to throw them an award, right? We missed them in the Artist of the Year, so let's give it to them in touring artist. Let's create this... Yeah, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to... That's more entertainment headlines. I was more pulling it for my congratulations to Tay-Tay. All right, let's go into some hit or miss headlines here, guys. We're rounding up near the end of the show, and we're back with the Twitterverse, guys. We're back with the Twitter. So is this going to be a hit or a miss? Kanye West returns to Twitter, draws instant reactions. Do I care? I know a lot of people will care that Musk has kind of reversed a lot of the banning of some people, including this guy right there that I'm not going to even pronounce his name, over the weekend. I would say that this is a miss. I don't care. I don't. Because it's trolling, and it's troll culture, and I know a lot of people like that stuff. But for me, it's a miss. I just don't have time in my life to deal with that kind of nonsense. I guess if you're going to make a statement about something, though, there is a right way to do it, and I think this is the right way to do it. Iran arrests actresses for removing headscarves supporting protests. This is the right way to do it. This is, what do they call that? Social disobedience or whatever, where you commit a crime, but that's not one that hurts anybody, right? Except over there, it might get you killed. And I know that there's the people out there that say that they're the religion of peace and stuff like that, but no, over there you can get killed for something like that, right? So hopefully nothing too bad happened to these people. They hopefully will just get thrown in the slammer. this is the right way to make headlines, right? Doing this kind of stuff, and you champion people who do this kind of stuff because they put their lives on the line, and it's all in the name of progressing as human beings, right? So I champion that stuff. That's a hit. That's a hit for me. What's next? Dealing more with the Twitter kind of fallout too. CBS suspends Twitter posting in light of the uncertainty about must-own social platform. So that's, yeah, guys, the Twitter thing is not going to go away until it officially gets announced as a bankrupt entity. Because between the two people that came back this weekend, nobody really cares about what they really have to say, because what they really care is that it's an opportunity to troll people, to try to get underneath people's skins. That's all they care about. And as far as that other guy coming back on, the orange guy, if he comes back on, it's just going to bankrupt his other company, Truth Central, because people will stop paying attention to that and it'll go bankrupt. So if he goes back on to Twitter, it's going to bankrupt him, his company. So I'm fine with that. Even though that Twitter's going down in flames right now. CBS News suspends, because people are pulling out. Big entities are pulling out because it's just it's nonsense. Yeah. So that's, I don't know, I guess that one's sort of a hit. And this one, The Walking Dead, finished out last night. AMC flagship series. But did it really? Because it's going to have a bunch of spin-offs with Daryl, Maggie, and the governor. Or not the governor, sorry. Negan, right? That's a show that I stopped watching a long time ago. So, yeah, I didn't tolerate it, but when Abraham and Glenn died and they introduced Negan, I was kind of like, oh, we're going down this again, guys. Why this story again? We just did that with the governor and all that stuff. But then once I saw that they were going to try to take an arc to redeem Negan, I was like, nope, I'm off. I'm done. That's it. Okay, so it wrapped up. It wrapped up last night. Fine. Okay. I guess it did have some good views. A lot of returning people. I guess just out of curiosity, right? You want to know what happened, or how it closed out its season. Who came back? Were there any cameos out there? I suppose there were a few cameos that showed up, but I'm not going to watch it until I can binge it. And I can safely watch it on my TV with my little fast forward button, because I don't want to watch 60 minutes of people walking down the road talking to each other and nothing meaningful happen, which was drilled into my brain because they did it so many times. I got a little bit of PTSD from that too. It's like, just, it was not fun the last seasons that I was watching. It was kind of like, it was like, get on with the story already. And then when you finally get to the last 5 minutes of the episode, it's kind of like nothing really happened. And you can tolerate that in a series once or twice, but Walking Dead did it over and over and over. And I was kind of like, I've had enough of it. I had enough and I want it off. And it's over now. The Walking Dead's over. So that's hit or miss. I would say that's a miss. That's a miss headline. Our Glass Viking says, I have a new movie pitch, Musk's Millions, based on Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor. So he buys Twitter and floats it out to sea. Yeah, that would be, I don't know. Musk, the least you could say about it, I think the better. All right, guys, I'm just going to refresh the old Twitter page, and then we'll round out the show because it's coming up at the 1 hour mark. I have PTSD from Lost. Yeah, it's weird how some shows, like, they ingrain certain things in your head. It's kind of like of their styles, and it just kind of, it burns you out. It does. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the Twitter and see if anything else has dropped. And who knows how long we're going to be using Twitter to follow these things, because we saw that even like this channel that I follow for updates, they were promoting their TikTok and Instagram, because I think they're preparing to pull out. Everybody's kind of preparing their Twitter escape plan. You know, what's going to, like, I only had like 120 followers on there anyway, and most of them were bots, so I don't really care. What's this? Denzel Washington on Austin Butler. You could see he was going to be a star. Oh, did they work on stage together? That's cool. And that's calm meaning right there, right? Cool. Calm meaning he's always been a really talented actor that's been on some really cool stuff. Uh, Upcoming series. Okay, I don't know what that is. Austin Butler. First look at Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So we got some more Indiana Jones photos there. Okay. Are they in? Oh yeah, they were in Italy, right? So is that the Parthenon? Cool. So yeah, they must be at the Parthenon or some kind of altar of some kind. Brandy is set to reprise her role as Cinderella in The Pocket Watch, a new film in the Descendants franchise. Really? Okay. I hope Bob Iger greenlights a hand-drawn animated Mickey Mouse movie and series for Disney Plus on day after the Mickey Mouse documentary, John Marrero says. Well, we'll have to see how that goes. Twitter and Instagram are trending. I'm guessing because people are bailing on this old platform called Twitter. Remember back in 2022, there was a social media platform called Twitter. People are going to be saying that soon by the sounds of it. I think so. What's this? Vikings Valhalla Season 2 premieres on Netflix January 12th, 2023. I still need to see this series. I need just to sit down and watch it. Okay, so Vikings Valhalla. Why does that guy look a little bit like Jaime Lannister? It's not though, right? Maybe it's just the forehead. I can't see it. Oh, good. They get to work with some horsies. SC Awards. Okay. Screen something awards. Why am I not pulling that out? SC Awards. Okay, so it's just a bunch of award stuff coming out. Nominations. We are getting towards the awards season here for sure, so there's no denying that there'll be a lot of these things coming out. What's this? Best horror film. The only one I haven't seen here, guys, is Barbarian, which I still have to prioritize. Maybe I'll try to see it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm behind on that. That's the only one that I'm ashamed that I haven't seen. Barbarian. Black Phone. Nope. I've seen all the other ones. And out of those ones, oh, it'd be a toss-up between X and Smile. X, it put Mia Goth on the map for a lot of people. We did a full live watch long here on the channel of 4X, so that's up right now. But Smile is still the one it was the surprise one. It was kind of like the one that made you go, ooh, wow. And I know that there's lots of love out there for Black Phone too. There is. 5 directors. Scene Stealer? Yeah, that's where some of the awards get kind of lost. Bones and All. New Clip. Yeah. I want to see that one for sure. Anya Taylor-Joy says she can't drive despite playing Furiosa in the upcoming movie Mad Max. Yeah, and I saw her clips on the Graham Norton show where people were talking, people were asking her to play chess and stuff like that. Because she played in The Queen's Gambit, right? Which was a good series. It was a really good series. And and we just saw her in The Menu, so she was good in that too. Michael Ward for GQ's Men of the Year Awards. Men of the Year. Men of the Year? Will Poulter for Men of the Year. We're going to see him next in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? As Adam Warlock. So he's a good actor too. He's really good. Okay, so some more nominations. Andrew Garfield for Men of the Year Awards. Bob Iger is officially back as Disney CEO, and I think that's a good place for us to end, right? And then it's going to be all the AMA awards. So this was the girl that was in the Escape Room movies, guys. She's going to be in Bones and All with Timothée Chalamet. I'm looking forward to that because I hear good things about her. I do. We'll be watching that on Thursday. But Bob Iger is back, CEO. We'll have to see how things shake out. It's a story that's going to be developing for the next couple of days. And as more details come out, what his plans are for his direction and stuff like that, like where he wants to take things, I'm sure it's by the sounds of it, by the early impressions, it sounds like it's going to be back to more of a, maybe like the Zaslav approach of more theatrical experience, and then migrating stuff to the streaming stuff. I don't know. We'll have to see. Lots of people are going to be talking about it today, so go out there, watch all the movie news stuff out there, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about the story, what you hope for too. And if not, join us tomorrow for more movie news headlines, and we'll be talking about that later on today. I'll be publishing my Avatar 2 final trailer reaction, and hopefully that'll go down without any problems. It better. And if not, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for more movie news. You're watching Mirror Domains. Ooh. There we go. This is the post show, the bonus show, right? Where you guys can, we're just playing it loose today. Normally, I like doing the post shows and stuff. I do. It's just, I haven't figured out which platform it's best on. I guess I should do it on Facebook. I should do a Facebook Live maybe later on. Maybe I can. Maybe we'll go live. It'll be just me kind of rehashing some of the same topics, though. No, that's not good. I don't know. I felt pretty good about today's show. I was kind of worried about the Bob Iger stuff because, as I said, a lot of people are going to have their opinions about it, and they'll say, well, you didn't get this right, James. And there's stuff about the numbers in here that you didn't get. I was like, I don't. Just give me the gist, the base of what it's all about. And that's what I try to do on the channel, right? It's just to give you the base idea and then give you an idea as to what it meant to me. Because there's lots of movie news headlines that sometimes it's just kind of like, I don't really want to talk about them, but I recognize that they're there. That's what the hit or miss segment is about. You guys play without a pick sometimes? I guess it's a little bit of a softer sound, right? Gives you a few more options, I suppose. And if you were, but I don't want to be one of those people that walk around with like the weird cut fingernails because they play guitar like that. I don't want to be like that. No, it's not meant to be a knock against the people that do. It's not my band. And I really hope that that Avatar 2 trailer doesn't give me any problems today. Doesn't sound right, does it? That sounds a little bit better. See, I was. No recess. Yeah, no recess. Yeah, something like that. Kurt had a weird way of keeping time. He would grind his teeth to keep time. He would go 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's like, how could that be good for your teeth? It wasn't. And I guess Dave Grohl did that too. He would count by grinding his teeth. And you can see that you can see him do that a couple times when he's playing guitar. He's moving his jaw back and forth, grinding to keep time. This is not good. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I could sing it today because I'm out of. Oh, yes. I don't know the words. You can have all three. She said. She said. Yeah. Yeah, Avatar may cause a lot of YouTubers a nervous upload, but hopefully it will be. Well, at least they weren't blocking the. Well, actually, they were blocking. At least they weren't copyright striking the trailer reactions. They were just blocking it. I'm not playing that song in time either right now. I'm just thinking about the chords of that song. USA and are playing Wales in soccer. 2 p.m. should be good. Which team are you rooting for, Arglass Vikings? Brazil? I guess G minor is a little bit easier to play on standard tuning, right? Mustache. I can't remember the name, how to play the chorus for that. That's the verse. England will do well as a home nation. Ireland didn't qualify. Oh. I want to remember. I'm gonna have to look up and recall how to play all the songs from Bleach. A lot of them were pretty easy to play, though. I want to play it mostly because I just watched a video of somebody on a ukulele playing all the Bleach songs. I thought it was kind of funny. Thank you for the 10-pound live chat badge, man. It was kind of cool. Yeah, get definitely a live chat badge. I like live chat badges for sure. Oh yes, I like it for sure. Not really. Yeah. Oh, I can use this chord. Now that I'm in standard. There must be a YouTube channel that goes through Nirvana albums. Yeah, there is. There's lots. I like the ones that actually show the tabs along the bottom as they play, because then you can tell if they're playing it well or not, I suppose. Cool, man. All right, guys. I think that's it for me today. Enjoy your World Cup if you're watching later on today. USA, I guess, is playing Wales at 2 p.m. And I'll be keeping my eye on that anyway. See what's going on with that kind of stuff. Because I do like sports. I do. It's just I don't know any of the players in it, so that's kind of a detriment to my enjoyment of it, I suppose. But I used to be like that with all sports, so eventually maybe it'll catch on. We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, enjoy your rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Mirror Domain.